Okay, hi, I'm back. So, part two. Where I was up to. Right. Okay, so I forgot to mention as well, when you go in, you my cat's going mental. When you go in, you also have to see a doctor, like the on-call doctor, because it was a Friday night, Friday afternoon, and there's no psychiatrist there over the weekend and stuff. I had to see the on-call doctor, and they do bloods and they wanted to do weight and stuff, and I was like, nope, I'm not getting weighed. They measured my height and they got it wrong by 4 centimetres. They also measured my height again another time and they got it wrong by 2 centimetres. So I don't know, they're not very good at that. But yeah, so I forget where I was up to on the last one. Okay, so I'll tell you about what happened. On the Monday, there was this girl who self-harmed and stuff. Obviously, I did whatever, but not there and stuff. We were out walking in the garden and she found some glass. And I was like, don't do that in here. If you do that in here, they'll keep it in longer, and I don't want to do that. I want nothing to do with that. And she was like, oh, I really, really want to do it, and will you cut my arm for me? And I'm like, no, everybody can, each to their own, whatever, but I would never, first off, I would never do that to someone else, and second of all, I always try my hardest to persuade people not to do it, because it's really hot outside and I have long sleeves on. It's one of the biggest regrets I've ever had in my life, but it's addictive, and for all it is self-destructive, it does help me and stuff, but whatever, I don't know. So, you alright? Paris? You okay? She just had her dinner, and there's Carrie. Okay, so yeah, anyway, so I told her to leave it. She came in my room later that night. This is on Sunday. She came in my room later that night and she was sitting on my bed. She was like, oh, you're not supposed to go into each other's rooms either. It's against the rules and stuff. But anyway, she came in my room and she sat and she was like, I really, really want to do it. I've got this big bit of glass. And she was sitting in my room with the glass, and I'm like, no, don't do it. And basically I talked her out of self-harming, which I know is not my job. I was in there as well because I don't agree, but apparently I was ill and stuff. So, but yeah, I convinced her not to do it. So she went out anyway, and then she says, oh, I've got you a bit of glass. And I'm like, I don't want it. I want nothing to do with it. And she was like, I'll keep it in my room for you. And I'm like, no, don't, I don't want it. She goes, no, I'll put it in my room. So she went in her room, put it in her room. But half an hour later, she came back and she gave me it. She said, I don't want it in my room because I'll get it wrong. I was like, just put it back where you found it. So she gave it to me and I put it back where she found it. As far as I'm concerned, that's it, done. I said, leave it, don't do it. They'll keep it in here longer. It's not something you want to do, so that's what I want to do, so just leave it. Next thing I know, she'd gone somewhere. I was walking, had to do my blood pressure and things. I was walking around the garden again, and a nurse came out and says, I hear you've been encouraging people to do things. And I was like, she says, there's glass out here. I goes, yeah, there's glass out here. There's safety glass and there's other glass as well. I hear you've been encouraging people to do things. And I'm like, no, I haven't. I would never do that. And she was like, I'm not arguing with you. But I hear you've been, I said, I haven't. I haven't done it. I convinced her not to do it. She said, I'm not speaking to you about it. Basically, she shut me down. She wouldn't listen. I'm a patient. Why should I be listened to? Kind of attitude. I lost my shit. I'm not gonna lie. I was fucking pissed because I convinced this girl not to self-harm. I convinced her to get rid of a glass. And then I'm getting blamed for encouraging people to do things which I would never do, have never done, and never will do. And didn't. So I got a bit angry. So I went to my room. This was on the Monday, yeah. I went to my room. That was it. I locked my door. There's a lock on my door. Locked my door. Obviously the nurses could get in, they had keys. And the girl was knocking on my door, and I was like, I wasn't going to answer. I did confront her, and I was like, what have you said? Have you said something about me? And the nurse was like, don't argue, blah, blah, blah. And can I just mention this said nurse, the one who was being funny with me, was really quite pally with this patient, and they would talk about the hair together and stuff, so I don't know whether it was she listened to her, not me, whatever. So I had my blanket kind of covering my head a little bit, and I was on every half-hour observations. The nurse came in my room, grabbed my blanket off my head, pulled it off, and says, "Don't cover your head. We need to see you." Instead of asking me, she just dragged it off my head, and I was pissed. I mean, I couldn't kick off, because if I kick off, then I have to stay longer, and I was fucking angry. So I rang my dad, and I'm an angry crier. Like, if I get angry, I cry. Because I get so angry. So I rang my dad, and he was like, "Right, I want to speak to a nurse now." They wouldn't speak to him on the phone. They just wouldn't speak to him. So he says, "Right, I'm going to ring them tomorrow." Are you alright? Hello, Boris. Are you okay, baby? I love you. Look at your tail. Don't want you to poo. Don't want you to poo. Hello, Boris. Yes, Boris. Babe. Yeah, I still ring them tomorrow when there's a doctor in and stuff. And so that was it. So I went to my room, and then I didn't eat the whole day. I was just pissed. The girl was knocking on my door all the time, and I was like, I'm not speaking to you. One of my friends came to see me. When I went out of the room, the glass incident girl, was like, "Oh, you're not speaking?" I said, "Like, I'm not speaking to anyone." Like, I was completely blamed for something that I didn't do, and I wasn't. The thing that annoyed me the most is they didn't listen. They wouldn't listen to what I had to say, which was really not good. Then later on, this male nurse or support worker or whatever came in, and to be honest, I got on with him quite well after. And he was like, "You were upset earlier." I was like, "Yeah, I was pissed off because I wasn't listened to, and it made me fucking angry." Sorry, swearing. And he was like, "Can I just check your arms?" And I was like, "Yeah." And I showed him. I said, "There's nothing there. I haven't done anything. I wouldn't do anything." Blah blah. He says, "We'll have to take both sides." I goes, "Fair enough," but I wasn't listened to, and it made me angry. So anyway, that kind of drama happened, and then I kind of started speaking to her a little bit on the Tuesday, and we would sit having lunch, and I'm trying to chow down on like food, right? And I have a hard time eating around people. And she would sit next to me, and she'd be like, "Are you thinner than me? Am I thinner than you? Are you going to go and throw that up? Just put it aside in your mouth. Don't eat it. Go and hide it." And all this stuff. And I'm like, this really is not helpful. I want to get out of here. I want to leave. I mean, yeah, I didn't eat yesterday, and I didn't eat on the Saturday, but I want to leave. And that really, really wasn't helpful. And again, I explained that to the nurses, and that they were like, "Well, everyone in here has got a problem. Everyone's sick. It was just a general psych ward." But I'm like, yeah, but so far well, apparently that's why I'm in here as well. Like, I can't deal with that. I can't have that. So anyway, on the Tuesday, I had an appointment with an SHO, it's like a trainee psychiatrist, and she was asking me questions, and I'm not gonna lie, I kind of bullshit a little bit. Like, I ain't gonna stay there. Okay, so I know that water, everyone says water has 0 calories. Plain tap water has 0 calories, water in bottles and stuff. I don't agree. Whether that's normal, whatever, I don't agree. Like, I think it's got something in it, like, not a lot, like a couple of calories or whatever, but I don't agree that it's 0. But I know that, like, normal, or like doctors say it's 0, and it doesn't sound normal if I say no. So one of the questions, she went, "So how many calories has water got in it?" I goes, "Oh, none. No, water doesn't have any calories. It's just water, isn't it? You've got to drink water," and all this, and basically bullshit. And she was like, "Are you going to eat?" And I was like, yeah, I've been eating, and I kind of hadn't been, and I would pretend to eat, and I would rinse my stuff, and all this stuff. So yeah, but that day I did eat. The Tuesday I did eat. And the Wednesday I ate. The Wednesday is when I got to go home. I had a meeting with I didn't know they were there, with my CPN, who had been on the sick and for a while. My CPN, the same SHO, a new psychiatrist, and my nurse, my name nurse, who I hadn't actually spoke to the whole time I was there. No one spoke to me. No one. I mean, I had the doctor on the first day, and I had this SHO, but no one, like, from the Friday to the Wednesday, nothing. No one-to-one interaction, no how you doing, nothing. I thought that was really bad. But anyway, yeah, so they were all there, and I put makeup on, and I was smiling, and they were like, what will you agree to? I said, I'll do anything you want as long as you let me leave. So I agreed to weigh-ins every 2 weeks, because I didn't want to do weekly. Weigh-ins every 2 weeks. Sorry, I've been gardening again. Weigh-ins every 2 weeks. Bloods every 2 weeks, because I wanted it weekly, and I was like, I don't really want to do weekly. And to see a dietitian, and I ain't doing that. I don't want to. I don't see the point. Like I don't want to. I really don't want to. So I was supposed to see the doctor on Saturday. Today is Tuesday. I was supposed to see the doctor on Saturday for my bloods and my weight and stuff, and I cancelled. I'm not doing it. I saw my CPN on Thursday. Yeah, the day after I got discharged. Saw it on Thursday, and I was like, yeah, I'll do it. And she says, this is not a threat, but if you lose weight again, because I've put a couple of pounds on, if you lose weight again, and if you go back to your exercise and routine and stuff, this is not a threat, but you will be put back in on a section. So I need to, I'm not exercising as much. I'm making a conscious, I'm wearing my Fitbit still, but I'm making a conscious effort not to do it. I mean, I want to do it. It's my dog snoring. She's a boxer, so she's got a squishy face. So yeah, but I'm not going for my bloods, and it's not that I don't care, I don't see the point. Like, I feel like it's a waste of time, so I'm not going. So that's that. Yeah, my discharge was kind of the only time that my name nurse actually spoke to me. She was like, oh, good luck, don't come back. Like, I hope, do everything the same. I was like, oh, of course I will, yeah. And basically, I just bullshit the whole lot of them, and just to get out. So that was the story of my section. I have my CPN again on the 14th. Yeah, which is on Monday coming. So we'll see how that goes. I don't want to go back in. I do everything I can not to go back in, but I don't want to gain any more weight, and I don't agree with my diagnosis, even though I've said I do. And in the meeting as well, they're like, so you've been diagnosed with anorexia nervosa, restrictive, blah blah blah. Do you agree now? And I was like, yeah. I mean, if everyone's saying I have it, then yeah. Chat and stuff. Hold on, I'll tell you. Ooh. I'll show you this. This is, if I can find it. 2 seconds. Ooh. Is this my... Yeah. I've got my discharge summary here. So, quick read of what they've said. I'll not show you, obviously, addresses and things. Reason for admission. I'll cover that bit there. Low mood, suicidal ideation, and anorexia apparently. So they even spelled my name wrong. Let's see. There. Rachel has not presented with symptoms of psychosis or depression whilst on the ward. She's denied any thoughts of self-harm or suicide. I did want to self-harm, but I didn't tell him that. Started to eat small meals. Her weight was blah blah blah. I've got a target weight BMI which I have to reach for uni apparently. She's been observed to be walking less. She's normal full bloods. Normal. She's not there. Right. I'll show you that bit there. Where is it? I'll see if I can cover that up. Oh, I don't know what that was. There. I'll cover up that. So I don't know if you can see that. Oh, there. Yeah, so it says, she said she's not sure whether she agrees or disagrees with her anorexia diagnosis, which may represent an improvement from previous overt disagreement. I don't agree. But I just told them, you know, I'll just listen to what they say. So that's that. So I will let you know what happens on Monday. But yeah, if they want me to go in again on this section, they're going to have to put me in with the police or arrest me or something, because I ain't going in. Not doing it.